104.9, and Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant. But not Karl Pilkington.
No Karl, no.
He's gone back to Manchester, isn't it? It's better than London. Yeah. You don't know it. Manchester's better than London. Instead, Claire Sturgis.
Claire Sturgis ran, of course, for Claire,
thanks.
The posses. Yeah, they're in sort of the camouflage gear, and is that quite trendy? Is that what the kids are wearing?
It's funny. Someone actually mentioned that this morning.
Or are you on manoeuvres?
Yeah, I am actually, taking time out this morning from what I normally do.
Sure.
I missed the second half, talking like that, of Celebrity Boot Camp. Coolio.
Is it?
The fella from Milli Vanilli.
What, the one that's not dead?
No, the one that killed himself, Steve.
Okay. No, I just want to clarify for people. A lot of people don't realise that one of them is dead.
Right.
I thought it was important to mention it.
Actually, I didn't know.
I'll be honest with you, I hadn't thought it through.
No.
It was a piece of interesting Milli Vanilli trivia that I had, and I wanted to slip it in.
It wasn't really trivia, because it was a question. You went, what? The one who's not dead.
What I'm saying, because I could have found a more tactful way of bringing up the death of one of Milli Vanilli, because I think there's a lot of people out there now upset, maybe
actually, people who didn't know.
That's quite a shock. I didn't see, I mean, I should have sat people down.
Who died? Vanilli or Milli?
I think it was Milli.
No, is it Milli?
I don't know,
no, but I didn't know.
That is...
Actually, I'm guessing.
Well, no, I'm not confusing Milli Vanilli and Scritti Politti, because I mean, that is a danger.
Oh no, you're thinking of the fellow out of Grumple Palumple. He was amazing.
He was amazing. It's a great shame that he
Grumple Palumple, they're not around with us. Anyway, cool, we've got some great tunes lined up. We're gonna play today, our favourite singles
it's favourite tunes, some of which didn't quite make it as singles maybe, but tunes of the year, because obviously Christmas very soon, and we'll be away for a short time.
I think next week we'll be doing our favourite Christmas songs of all time.
Yeah, I'm worried we're not going to fill 2 hours with that. I mean, how many times can you play Shakin' Stevens before...
Fairies Out of New York.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the only one, isn't it, really?
That's the best one. That's the best Christmas song
good,
ever.
But obviously there's Joni Mitchell's The River. That starts with a kind of Christmassy feel.
Beautiful.
I don't think if there's anything else. Not a great deal.
The Waitresses, Christmas Rapping.
Is that one?
Is that brilliant? Is that good?
So this is Christmas. John Lennon. Paul McCartney came out with Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so John's was Happy Christmas War is over.
Yeah.
Of course it wasn't, but
but I mean, at least he wanted to be.
He was dreaming of it.
Yeah.
I mean, bless him.
And to show how much
John Lennon's dead as well. I don't know if anyone's...
Yeah, no, they do.
That's just another bit of
I like John's protest against war. I stayed in bed for a week. I've been doing that. I've been protesting against war for ages.
Yeah.
I'm eating hamburgers
absolutely.
against war.
Absolutely.
I just go into Burger King on the way here. I went into the counter.
But of course, that's not product placement there, and there's a number of other burger joints that people may wish to go to if they choose.
Go to McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly.
But I went into Burger King, because it's close.
It's convenient, but then often McDonald's will be convenient.
McDonald's is just convenient, depends where you are.
Just as convenient, depending where you are.
And I said, could I have a cheeseburger and small fries? Take away, please. And he recognised me. He went, oh, I've seen you on telly enough, won't you? He went, there's your meal. I went, thanks. He winked and went, I'll put large fries in.
Brilliant.
So that's so it's paying off at last. True genius is being rewarded by the burger joints.
Because I mean, there's been a couple of times where I've been with you, and we've gone to a restaurant and someone's giving you a free meal or whatever. And it's the way that it's like you don't ask for it; it's just kind of offered. But I don't know what they're expecting in return.
Nothing.
I mean, do they think that you'll go away and you'll always think fondly of Chad who works in Burger King?
I just think they think, oh, I don't know. They make.
I'm going to give him a little treat.
Yeah. I know, I don't like it, but then I'm always grateful, and I never...
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm slightly embarrassed.
Did anyone around you hear what had happened?
No.
Because I imagine the resentment, just the whole room.
No, they didn't. I had to go around telling them. I went, I said, excuse me, did you hear that? He goes, no. He just gave me the free thing because I'm on the telly. And I went, I don't recognise. I went, you don't recognise me?
I'm terrified now that, that someone could be listening at Burger King HQ. I'm assuming this is an unorthodox procedure.
And that little fella's got fired.
But they know it's Leicester Square now, because I just mentioned it, so they know which Burger King it is.
Oh my god. I don't know.
What was his name?
Ralph Littleton. He had a name badge. Number 342.
Well, I just hope Littleton doesn't get in trouble.
So, what are we going to play
That could be a sad Christmas for him. He's probably keeping his whole family afloat.
But it's Springsteen.
Well, tunes of the year, I mean, I know people dismiss Springsteen, but, as I say, the gig I went to see earlier in the year, I made it in the end.
Just couldn't believe we were going to play Springsteen.
Brilliant. I just think, leave aside what you think is cool and trendy and the fact that he's older now or whatever else.
Really?
Just leave all that behind and just listen to the tunes, because, he remains a great musician.
Lonesome Day?
Lonesome Day, current single, and it's the first track on the album.
Free chips. We're like Huey Lewis. It's hip to be square, Steve.
That's true. We should play some Huey.
We can't.
Can we?
No.
Oh, come on, the power of love.
No.
It's a curious thing.
Yeah.
It makes one man
even though it's no man sing. I don't know what's going on there. It's weird, isn't it?
It's strange.
Oh, flipping heck.
Yeah.
Springsteen there.
Yeah, no, he's playing again next year sometime.
I bet even trendy people thought, well, yeah, it's alright.
But,
yeah.
I mean, I
bet they wanted to rock. I bet they wanted to drive along a freeway.
Well, I think you've got to be hard pushed to turn over the channel if you're driving and that's playing. Who wouldn't want to be driving a car while that's playing? You know, down an open freeway.
We are sounding, I know there's a little bit of irony in it, but we are sounding like Dr. Fox. Did you see the final of, Fame Academy?
No, I don't watch Fame Academy.
Foxy got in there. He was in the audience.
Really?
No.
Yeah, not enough being on Pop Idol. He's in there. And do you know who was sitting next to him?
Next to
in
Foxy?
disguise.
In disguise?
In disguise, he had a little beard and a woolly hat on, looked like a badly drawn boy. Mackenzie Crook.
Really?
And we had to, we taped it, and I went, it is, and we taped it, and he was there. So he's back from America.
Was it obviously a false beard?
No, I think he's...
Is he befriended Foxy?
I don't know.
Are they hanging out together now on the
tonight. We're going to see him tonight.
What was he doing in the States then? What was he doing?
He's doing a film.
Yeah,
so
in fact, he probably is wearing a beard. He plays, we can't say too much about it, but he's playing a pirate, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, we'd make a good pirate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So far he's been cast as a pirate and a ghost, which seems to make sense.
Oh, dear.
So, I'll be pumping in for information about Foxy, because, you know, I'm a big fan of Foxy's, you know.
I know.
Both a DJ and a medical man.
I like that. I like the way that you got pumping and Foxy in the same sentence.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I'd love to.
Calm down.
Did you just say you're going to see him tonight? Is it Comedy Wars tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the big
so
do, yeah.
You're going, obviously.
Yeah.
What are you wearing?
Very boring, I'm afraid.
What?
Very traditional tuxedos.
Tuxedos. We went shopping together and bought them. It's quite sad. I don't know. I should have said that. And lost a certain degree of rock and roll cool.
It was funny because I went straight in. I went 42 chest, 36, 30 leg. I mean, that's fine, right? Steve, I had to stay there looking at Steve trying about 9 jackets so the arms weren't too short.
Yeah.
I suggested at one point go down to London Zoo and see what the gibbons wear because it's every single
those jackets you see them wear when there's an organ grinder. Now, who's making those?
I want one of those. It's 6'9".
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Have you got the cummerbunds and things?
Well, this is the thing. My father phoned up. You know, I have conversations with my parents, which are always they'll phone up and it'd be like, "All right, how's it going? What are you having for tea? What are you having for tea? Probably having a lovely. I'll probably have a spaghetti bolognese tonight, Dad. Oh yeah. What have you had, Dad? Oh, your mother just made a lovely lasagna, Steve. I mean, it literally, that's the conversation. It's like, yeah, I think every parent is they're just interested in food that you've eaten, food you're planning to eat, food you've enjoyed in the past, because they just want to know you're eating.
That is
And then, have you got enough vitamin C? Got enough vitamin C tablets? Because I can always send you some. I can buy them myself, Dad. I'll send you some. It's not a problem. Dad, I don't need to. So anyway, he says, what have you done? You know, and I'm trying to think. I think to myself, he'll be impressed if I bought a tuxedo. I say, I bought a tuxedo.
Will he like that? Yeah.
He said, you bought a tuxedo, why didn't you rent it? I said, well, it was quite cheap. He went out cheap. Told him the price. He went, no, it's not bad. Elaine! You just bought a tuxedo! He just bought a tuxedo, Elaine! Yeah. He said, have you got a cummerbund? I said, a cummerbund. I said, do I need a cummerbund? He said, well, you're gonna be dancing?
Like he knows the
Like
rules.
he knows, like he's some kind of, like, I don't know the man's ever worn a suit, let alone a tuxedo. What does he know about...
I love your dad.
Gonna be dancing? I just had the idea of him being at some kind of do, and right, Elaine, jacket's off, cummerbund's on, time for a dance.
You know cummerbund? Do you wear it over your braces then? Because those things are... Because you're not wearing a belt, I assume.
You wear it under the braces, I think.
No, you don't.
Do you? I don't
wear
know.
it over it, don't you?
Over the belt, but braces is different.
There's no belt.
Well, no,
There's no belt on a tuxedo, is there?
No, you're right. No, you're right. It is over the braces.
Sorry, how many people tuned to XFM are worrying about the etiquette of cummerbund?
But this is important because the Comedy Wars, which is going on, it's live tonight.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, that's
But I tell you this, Rick, I tried on the tuxedo I bought yesterday. I got a new shirt as well. I look like James Bond. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, I do look like James Bond. I look exactly like him. It's uncanny. It is uncanny.
Really? Because the bloke in there said you look like a lanky streak of piss and I looked good.
No.
No, he did.
Because as you were walking out the shop, he called me back in and said, you know that?
I know, that was for show. That was for show. Because when, the very last time when you
He said you look like Oddjob. He said you look like Oddjob.
No, he said
you look like Blofeld.
He said when you were definitely on the tube, he said you look like Blofeld. He said you look like streak of piss with a stupid gingery blonde hair.
He said you look like a combination of Blofeld and Oddjob. You look like Blowjob. He said Blowjob.
that's in the top 5 for me, the singles of the year so far. Well, yeah, we're talking about, what are we talking about? Comedy Awards, your dad, cummerbund.
My father's cummerbund.
I'm sure it is over the braces, I think.
Yeah, well, if anyone knows that, if anyone knows the kind of, rules.
So, are you actually wearing one?
Rules.
Are you actually wearing
a cummerbund? Well, I asked him, he said no, he said don't bother.
No,
but then I'm thinking, what if I dance? Well, if I do some grooving later.
You shouldn't.
Why not?
Well, I've seen you dance.
Don't give me that.
No.
Don't give me that.
No, wait. It's not that you're not a good dancer.
That dance you did in the office, that's your best dancer.
No, it's not that you're not a bad dancer. It's that I've seen you hit people in the face with your elbow.
So there's always going to be casualties.
Actually, Rick,
if someone's busting a good move, it's murder on the dance floor.
I've danced with Steve.
Have you?
At one of indie discos at Uli.
There you are, you've never forgotten.
And he's good. He's
I am
right.
pretty good, yeah.
He is actually.
I tell you, the only problem is because I'm so tall. Because I'm so tall, I do tend to tower like 2 foot above everyone else, and that does make me look slightly freakish. I wasn't going to use that word, but I can see where you're coming from. Yeah. So I do feel slightly self-conscious.
Why don't you hold them? Why don't you carry them when you're dancing with them? So they're...
Well, no, but the thing is, because
you could dance with Jeanette Cranky and still not look too weird.
Sure, but
that wouldn't be weird, would it? You holding Jeanette Cranky and dancing with her. Would that be weird?
I think we've all had that fantasy. But what I tend to do is, because I'm conscious that everyone is can see me and that I'm sort of, I'm quite visible on the dance floor, what I'll tend to do is maybe dance on any kind of podium that they might have in some of the bigger dance clubs, or, any kind of stage. I just get up there, bust some moves. Yeah. Because then it's like, I may as well put myself on public display. Yeah. Rather than just people think.
Because then you're going, look, I know what I look like.
Yeah, I know how great I look. Yeah. No, because it's, that's your opinion if you don't think it, but that's again a lot of jealousy. I mean, a lot of what you say is jealousy.
He went for the normal shirt, I went for the wing collar. I just thought I might as well.
I do like a wing collar, actually, yeah. What about a proper bow tie?
I bought it, I went a bit berserk. I even bought, Union Jack cufflinks, because it's the British Comedy Awards.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
So,
more money than sense. It's mind.
Yeah.
I mean, you're earning so much cash now that you don't know what to do with it, aren't you? Really? I don't know what it is you're spending on, but yeah.
I said how much they went, I said not expensive enough.
Exactly.
I said I'm gonna give you an extra tenner.
I got to get rid of it.
Talking about, when his dad, said that, and then you told me something that I find amazing.
Oh, the thing is, it's Christmas, obviously I've got to go back to Bristol. I love seeing my family. Well, yeah, I do. But it means I see my grandparents, who are, brilliant people. I mean, lovely people, but mental. I mean, utterly mental. And, they've taken now there must be sort of 80 a piece. And it is quite an old age, but they're fairly good health, relatively speaking. And, they just spend their time in bed. I mean, that's all they do, that's their profession, they've retired to go to bed. And they spend all the time in bed. I tell you what they're like that old guy, they're like all that old family in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, none of them had got up for like 25 years.
Yeah.
And
you said that they go to bed and they go to sleep, but then when they wake up, what they do is put an extra pillow, so they're slightly more upright, and that's them in the day in bed.
That's the daytime thing.
But they get up and cook and stuff.
What they do is they've got about 6 teeth between them. I mean, my grandmother needs false teeth, but refuses to go and have the old ones extracted and the false teeth fitted, so she's working with about 3 or 4 teeth. Oh. My grandfather had false teeth given to him during the war.
Wooden ones?
Well, it was plastic teeth on a wooden pallet, right, that sits at the top of the mouth. He's still got the wooden pallet, but most of the teeth have come off. So there's about 4 teeth left, 4 false teeth. He's got a set of false teeth that make him look like he needs false teeth. I mean, that's pretty bizarre. So the problem is that they have to get up. They get up about 7 in the morning to put on, say, some beef or lamb, whichever they're going to cook. They put it on at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, so that by the time they eat it at 6 at night, they can use the phrase, this is what a good meal is for my grandparents, if they can use the phrase, oh, that's lovely, you could suck it away. You could suck it away. Who wants that from a roast dinner? You may as well blend it up and serve it as a broth.
I don't want that phrase coming from old people without teeth.
No, indeed.
Because it must remind you of your Rent Boy days.
Exactly. It brings it all flooding back.
Oh, God. Flooding's the word.
Exactly.
Should we play a record before we get really discussing about your grandparents and blowjob?
Please.
That was the worst thing
we've said the word blowjob far too many times today.
And in the same sentence as I can't believe.
Anyway.
And it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Don't forget what Christmas is about.
Come on, spare a thought for the underprivileged people?
Yeah. Steve, is it Ben Queller? Do you want to
love a bit of Ben Queller. I don't know, are you a fan?
I love him.
Yeah, well, this is a cracking tune.
Okay.
And I think we'll enjoy that. Let's just
slam dunk it.
Why don't we just stop thinking in other words?
That's fantastic. That ending is, oh god, it's like Ben Folds 5, bit of old Elton. That's great.
You had him in session, didn't you, Claire?
Yeah.
Did you meet him, or did you? Because he's quite young, isn't he?
He's very young. He came in about 6 months ago to do something for John Kennedy, and I also a session for me, and I repeated it this week as the best of the year sessions because he did 3 songs, stunning stuff.
It's just him and the piano, was it, or him and the guitar?
It was just him.
Yeah.
Him with a couple of instruments. Stunning. And also he did a Dingwalls gig for XFM listeners, and the reaction from the listeners phoning up trying to get tickets was incredible. It really has touched a nerve.
Yeah.
Well, like you say, Ricky, I mean, it's really...
It's great.
Well, I just think we were talking, there's a kind of lack of music that sort of seems to be making use of instruments and and just the sound you can make with a piano and a guitar and drums, you know what I mean? It's like, it's so invigorating, and you get kind of stuff like, you know, the Streets and whatever else, or, you know, kind of hip-hop and stuff, and in that, I love the fact that a lot of, pleased to see Miss Dynamite on Top of the Pops last night using a live band. Really kind of, it really made her whole sort of R&B sound really exciting.
Better than the other one. Yeah.
Anyway, that's us being Muso.
That's us being terribly Muso, I like that.
That's being Muso for the year.
That's enough of that.
Well, we are playing our favourite records.
Well, it's nice to be able to talk sensibly without Carl interrupting with some gibberish. I mean, bless him, bless him.
I don't see it as gibberish.
He's probably listening on Sky or something.
Yeah, 864, channel 864, or around the world on xfm.co.uk. Get that in.
Is that what you have to do? What do you do today? You just go into the website, do you?
Go into the website, and click on...
I never get things like that to work on my computer.
Or you can go and check out the webcam, obviously, and see me in the camouflage gear.
Yeah, you won't see you, will you?
You won't see me, no.
Now, so what do you do? Just go into the website, and what does it say? Play live online?
Yeah, listen
and it's just like listening down the phone line?
Yeah.
I sound like I've come from the 1950s,
yeah, exactly.
don't I?
You come from the 19th century. What's this?
I'm not very, I was going to say something then, but I can't.
Can we just very quickly, before we move on, because I'm getting very excited about the Comedy Awards. Now, I know what you're wearing, and you've got a table with all your mates there. Is Jonathan Ross doing it again?
Yeah, that's why it's my favourite.
And
I hate awards. I do honestly hate them, but this is actually an event because it's Jonathan Ross. It's just...
Well, I was talking to someone about it, and I might mention it before, but we did an award ceremony. We went to an award ceremony last year where everything was sponsored by corporate groups, you know, by businesses or by, you know, different. It was a kind of, everything was sponsored. And I swear to God, the pudding was sponsored by Electrolux.
Yeah.
And I'd never eaten a pudding before sponsored by anyone. And it was, you know, it was a very odd affair, that. I thought that was very strange. Because it seemed as though corporate people had paid for a table so that so when we came out, some guy came on stage and said, well, we've got a lovely number, a wonderful collection of celebrities here this evening.
Oh, God,
do you remember
that? And it was, please be upstanding for your chairman, Tom O'Connor. Yeah. We were made to give Tom O'Connor a standing ovation.
We had to stand up so we could give Tom O'Connor, former presenter of Crosswits, a standing ovation. We're talking about the cream of British TV talent, giving him a stand up. Not that he doesn't deserve it, I'm sure he's a great entertainer. But I think Sir Cliff was there, wasn't he?
Seen the back of the stage this week?
I don't want to talk about it, it's too embarrassing.
Why?
Tom O'Connor's on there, thanking Mel Young, the BBC, for giving him a part in Doctors.
Yeah.
I love that, he had to take out a whole page. It's so sweet.
He obviously spent the fee being paid for the show. He's just so pleased to be back on TV.
What, an advert?
Yeah.
A whole page thanking the BBC for having him back on TV. But we're laughing, but it's going to happen to you in about a year's time.
Exactly. Oh, God.
Anyway, I just want to know, bad behaviour. Who do you think's going to behave badly this this year? Because
I don't think anyone.
We've had, you know,
well, we had the
Barrymore and Clary,
the fisting and Barrymore throwing his monitor.
That was funny.
The Hearn. What was she?
There's not any of the kind of. There's not really any sort of. There's not really any kind of wayward people at the moment, is there, in showbiz? In terms of entertainment comedy, there's no one who sort of seems to have a drink or drugs problem.
I'm worried about Ricky.
Sadly,
I'm worried that something might take hold. The devil may care.
I think he's very careful. He's a bit careful. Yeah. He's I mean,
too tired.
Yeah,
too tired. To shout and scream.
You have been kind of coughing and wheezing throughout today's show.
I had a fight, didn't I?
Oh, we should talk about the fight. Yeah, we can't give out the result. We can't give the result out on the fight, but...
No, I've got a cough. I just got a cough again.
Got a bit of a cough?
I'm scared I'm allergic to something. What if I'm allergic to... I was worried today that...
What if you're allergic to wheat?
Oh, no, well, that'd be terrible. But I was worried, what if I'm allergic to my cat?
get rid of it.
Oh no.
Well, it seems that easy, but...
Well, it is that easy. throw it out the window. That's how I sort out that. I'm not a trained doctor, but that's how I sort that one out.
I just like to apologise for any,
But they always land on their feet, don't they, Kat?
They do,
And it's got 9 lives, so if it lands on a
God.
spike, it'll be fine.
Oh, don't. What happened to me?
Because you can't laugh, because of the fight in the ribs.
Oh, yeah,
You took quite a bad... I have to say, though, that I remember we were talking on the radio about what Ricky should come out to for the big match. For those that don't realise, Ricky at Christmas, there's a TV show on. Ricky, I don't know why, even to this day, why you agreed to do it.
Nor do I.
But he's doing a celebrity boxing match, fighting, and he was described at the beginning of the fight, Rick, I don't realise if you I don't know if you know this, he was described as entrepreneur, Grant Bovey, husband of Anthea Turner. I don't know what that means exactly.
Well, he does bits of business, actually.
Businessman.
Sure. Yeah, businessman, entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But,
After Daily.
What was I described as?
yeah, you were described as I think fat funny man.
Oh, right,
He might be something like that, or a comedian and actor. But Ricky came out to Mama Said Knock You Out by LL Cool J.
Nice.
I don't know whose suggestion it was, I think it might be mine, but it was blinding. And I noticed you were really, they don't want to see, I mean, it was ludicrous, really. You came out in the shorts, you had the,
Well, I was acting up.
I know,
doing
but
it,
you really
they were going, don't you laugh, all my corner. And I think I overdid it, didn't I?
Well, he was kind of prowling around the ring, staring Bovey out and staring the crowd out.
So embarrassing.
And kind of looking really, but of course he's got this ludicrous beer belly. Do you know what I mean? So it looks like Johnny Vegas is
training that was meant to do.
Yeah. And Bovey looks quite a sort of athletic guy.
He's really
so he
fit,
looks like
wasn't
he could actually be a boxer.
But did you have like obviously they're filming it for telly. Did you have the production crew saying, right, stop, cut, can you just throw that punch again?
No, it was a real fight.
They just
really
let them go.
I think people are going to be surprised. I think they're going to see it's a real fight.
And I tell you, it's unpleasant. I mean, it's actually an unpleasant thing.
Okay, well, I'll tell you now what Karl said, because Karl was there, and he said to me, I can't do his accent. He went, oh no, it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice.
No, it was, although I have to say, I was really kind of riled up by it. I mean, I've never been to a fight before, and I just was like, come on, I was like, smash his face! I was really shouting, I was just going crazy.
Shouting for me, though, were you?
No, I was shouting for, then I just decided to try and freak everyone, so I was shouting, kiss him, snog him, lick him, ask him out! I was shouting that in a vain attempt to throw someone, and, it was extraordinary, but I tell you, I think you'd be better off, like, if they sort of brought back wrestling from the 70s. I think
like
Mick McManus.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think you've got more the physique for wrestling.
I think I'm too young for wrestling on British
they were always
television.
about 65.
I think they're 58, one of them, Les Keller.
Yeah, but the outfits are fun.
Oh, they get, a bit too tight, weren't they?
Yeah, and it was always that kind of shiny, whatever preceded lycra.
I know, with just a little winkle showing.
Little winkle.
A little man with a little winkle in their tight shorts.
Why were you looking? Oh, I've done you.
Oh, play a record.
I've done you.
They're still going strong.
Oh, indeed, yes.
That's one of my favourite tunes of the year. You like that?
Yes, absolutely.
These are all mutual. We love them all. We're not
Absolutely,
really, we're not annoying each other by putting in songs the other one doesn't like. We're like a team today, isn't it? I think that's the Christmas spirit. I don't know what it is.
We've come together, we're sort of unified, yeah. Yeah, in the absence of Karl.
Yeah.
Who often divides us, he often comes between us.
Does he?
Like, yeah, well, I'll tell you what it's like. It's like a child. Like, it's like we're a married couple and he's sort of our autistic child or something, you know, and sometimes it just puts a strain on the marriage. You know, we all three of us love each other, you know.
Because he does love you guys.
Yeah, exactly, but sometimes it's hard.
I hear him talking about you in the office sometimes, you know. He looks up to you, aspires to you too.
But it's because of to be honest, the baby Jesus, that we realise that there's beauty in everyone and it's all right. Yeah.
Exactly, he's never had that before.
No.
Well, I have to say that I'm really getting into the Christmas spirit. When I was younger, I didn't really enjoy it. I was quite cynical. I was quite, rock and roll. But now I'm sort of, I walk in a department store, and if there's one of the old, chestnuts are roasting on an open fire, which that classic tune, or any of those.
One of those old boys that stand outside the British Museum.
Right, yeah.
Right, you mean the tune, yeah.
You know, that one, or, how does it go? Chestnuts roasting on an open fire?
Chestnuts roasting on, Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
But I can't get enough of them. I love it. I'm in a department store, it's frosty outside, it's warm in there.
Have you ever roasted your chestnuts on an open fire?
I have never done that. No, I have
Imagine
not done that. I have not done that.
Just backing up to it like that with your little chestnuts hanging out like a bulldog.
What would you be wearing? You probably just, I imagine you'd have your dressing gown on, you'd just hoiked it up,
Just
like,
pull
so
it
your
up,
arse was showing.
pop them down, like, tuck it in like a lovely lady.
Yeah.
So you look like a lovely lady from the front, but behind, it looks like a bulldog dragging a tree.
Yeah,
and you just pop them in the grate.
Yeah, and you would, because you want to be careful of too much roasting, so I imagine you'd want to just kind of, like, ease yourself in slowly.
Like you toast them.
And if it feels too hot, get out of there, get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
You know, that's, if any kids are listening, try that.
No!
What?
No.
Like there's a kid thinking, I'm gonna roast my chestnuts on an open fire. I don't think there's even a child that's
I
doing
don't want
that.
someone to do it, and then the parents go, and Steve Merchant's told our children to do it. We're probably we're probably in trouble now because that.
Where's the kid gonna find an open fire like those? I mean, it has to be the sort that they use, those kind of barrels. It can't just be open fire at home, that doesn't count, that's just stupid. If you're gonna do it properly.
Oh no. We're having such a nice time there.
We've lowered the tone. I'll tell you what'll perk us all up though. Richard Anderson has emailed us.
He's loving the show, is he?
Well, I don't know if you've heard this, Carl. Carl? I called you Carl.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm Claire, pleased to meet you.
Is it the shaved head or the stupidity?
Yeah. It was the cuck sound. Because didn't I call you Arthur or Jack or something last time?
You called me,
I can't remember.
I don't know, but it was quite embarrassing.
Claire, I'll be honest with you, Claire's quite an unmemorable name.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, Dickie Anderson, he's a guy, I'll be honest with you, he's not a big fan of the show. But
Is he not?
well, we're getting to winning round. He says, dear Ricky, the more disappointing your show becomes, the more I seem to look forward to it. Now I see your face plastered across London. Is your show some sort of curse put on me by an old gypsy woman I've annoyed? You know, good point, Dickie, but, but Randers, as I call it.
Yeah.
He
can't listen now, I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's tucked him in, he's backing into the fire as we speak, and he wants to roast them till they spit. Oh dear. Thanks for listening, Anders.
It's a Merry Christmas to you and Happy New Year.
And as you know, you've got a lot to look forward to, because our first hour is always the best.
That's exactly.
So you're going to be loving it till 3, cockers. Oh dear. What should we play?
Well, this is, every so often I get sent a CD by a friend of mine, Harry, who just sorts me out with tunes that I may have missed.
That's such a good idea, by
It is a great idea, and this is one that I think it came out this year. It's a Teenage Fan Club, and they teamed up with Jad Fair, and I think it's a mixed bag, the album apparently, but this is one of the good tunes on it. It looks like it's you.
No, honestly.
You're pressing buttons, you're fiddling with buttons.
No, look, comes back again, look.
Right, you can't play that.
Look, I didn't touch it.
This never happens when Carl's here.
It does.
It does, you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what I'm going to do. I'll swap it into another CD machine. Can we play Oasis?
It's another one of my favourites. The Oasis back on form.
Yeah, no, Rick, I'm not discrediting the tune. I just feel like
Steve's not.
No, it was a good hour. It was a good hour of radio, and it's just been cheap.
Actually, you're right. It's just gone 2 o'clock, and already.
Yeah.
It's starting to fall apart.
Well, this
doesn't bode well for the Comedy Awards.
This is a good anthem. This is a good Britpop anthem. Old Noel back on form with the old singer-songwriting. This is little by little. Little by little, but it's bigger by bigger, I'd have called it.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes you, genius.
Award-winning.
Yeah.
Oasis, little by little.
Little by little, do you want to explain who you are?
We played some great tunes. I'm Ricky Gervais.
No, I'm Steve Merchant, and that's Claire Stewart, just standing in the garden. It's XFM 104.9.
Yeah. And, what is it on Sky? Was it on Sky?
Channel 864. Ricky, people are saying they can't see on the webcam. You just stick a leg up or something, just so that's his foot.
Yeah, was it just on you, is it? Oh, because most...
But they can't see me because I'm in camouflage, so it's not a very interesting picture.
I got a wave, there you go.
Yeah.
Does anyone log online?
I don't know how does the webcam look? I've not ever seen on a webcam. Is it just kind of, because normally aren't they kind of really sort of, jarring and
does it take pictures like a digital camera?
It's every 15 seconds it updates.
Okay.
You get a still picture.
Is it right? I see. Okay.
Right. Oh, it's still pictures, is it? I didn't realise that.
Yeah, every 15 seconds, yeah.
So they can't actually see, you know, like if I was to bust some amazing dance moves.
No, they
would just see.
Well, if you did it every 15 seconds like you move, they could then print them off and do like a flicker book.
That would work.
So they could see,
amazing.
They could see the windmills and, you know, really,
King Tuts.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah, scissor kick.
I'm running out of steam now, Steve. A bit tired.
Are you?
So I've got 15 minutes to do, so we better think of something to say or
well, I genuinely was going to ask you, because obviously Christmas is approaching and I've not even started to think about Christmas gifts. I don't know how you're getting on, Claire.
I never do.
But, Claire, you're aware of what Ricky bought his family last year, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know, I am, because he told me and I've completely forgotten.
It's extraordinary. It is extraordinary. I mean, how much thought and planning went into it?
Right, I was pressed for time.
How many kids were there? How many people were there?
This is it. I've got a big family, okay? Well, not big, but I mean, they've got lots of kids, so I'm sort of youngest in my siblings, and so they've got kids ranging from like 30 to babies, and there's about 15 of them.
And you buy them all?
Yeah, I'll try and get them. All.
Nice.
So what
is it? Wait.
So I got a lift down. And I thought, what can I get? I thought, I can't just give them the money.
I'll stop you there straight away, if I may.
What?
You notice he's on the way down for Christmas Day.
Oh, right, so he's on the... Oh, right!
He's on the way down. This is when he starts... Oh, Boxing Day. So this is when he starts to think about buying them a gift.
Yeah.
On you go.
So, I was getting a lift, and, Matt was giving a lift down, so, just before we got there, I just ran across the road to the 7-Eleven, got 200 quid worth of scratch cards.
Scratch cards. Bear in mind, I think you were describing the family then. I noticed, some of them you described as babies.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So, children?
Yeah!
You're giving the children the gambling cards.
But that's lovely. I give them 10 each, so they could have won thousands of pounds. A lot of them were disappointed when they won nothing, but I said, kids, that's the gamble.
That's the risk you take when you receive a gift from me. But the great thing about getting
some of them won. Some of them were laughing.
But the great thing about getting kids hooked on gambling as a Christmas gift is it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Throughout your adult life.
It gives and it takes.
Exactly.
So it's fair.
Yeah.
I didn't hand them to children. I handed them to the parents.
Right.
They could distribute them. They could distribute them as they wanted.
Sure.
So what are you going to do this year, Ricky?
But how are you going to top that?
Yeah.
300 quid worth of scratch cards. I've got a bit of money now.
It's the most thoughtless
and The Office on DVD.
Gift I've ever heard
I think they might be getting The Office on DVD. Signed.
So that's already sent it up in value.
Oh dear. I know, that's pretty bad.
So have you seriously considered it this year?
I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna go shopping properly. Yeah.
So if you want any help, I am the queen
Didn't you take
of
a small
shopping.
roulette wheel down there, wouldn't you? Genuinely, didn't you buy like a roulette wheel?
No, I had it. That's down there from when I got it when I was about 10.
Oh right.
And sometimes I'm the banker. I always win.
Yeah, of course.
But they've got to learn a lesson. The banker always wins. It's a valuable lesson when they lose money to me.
You should just go down this year and just say, basically, I went to a casino. I put £10 chip on for everyone.
Exactly, yeah.
Here's the winnings. You lost. You won.
Yours came in. Yours was a donkey, love. Yeah.
But Steve, what about you then? Because I mean, you don't like shopping.
Well, it's not that I don't like shopping. It's that I've got no ideas. You know, I'm running on empty with my parents. They don't appear, as far as I can make out, they don't appear to have any hobbies.
No.
And I said before, my grandparents...
You don't like wasting money. I'm not being funny, but you don't like wasting money either, do you?
Well, I don't like wasting money, no. But I like to buy something practical for people. I like something which is going to last, something that's value for money. I don't like novelty gifts.
Yeah.
No, I think novelty gifts are wrong.
I've mentioned to you that my grandparents spend all their time in bed. So there's only so many kind of, you know, sort of bed socks you can buy, you know, and ointment for, you know, bed blisters and so on before, you know, you run out of ideas.
What about some of those novelty teeth? Because that would be, you know, a nice jokey present, and they could probably come in useful for chewing the broccoli.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, do you know what would be nice? One of those... No, I'll tell you when... No, go on. Those sort of travel pillows. So, you know, when you're travelling and your head sort of falls down like...
No, but
they travel from vertical to almost horizontal.
They're sitting up in their bed.
Get on one of them beds that come up. You're not made of money. What am I talking about?
Like Thora Heard's bed. Thora Heard's bed.
Does her feet ever touch the ground now? Do you know what I mean, though?
No, it's literally...
She goes shopping in one of those little trolleys. She goes straight into her room. She's up the stair lift. She gets lowered into the bath.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Ludicrous. I just lazy. I mean, I tell you that, but I mean...
Well, there's a whole line...
But yeah, but if you're earning the kind of money that, you know, that Heard is on, you know, with her songs of praise and whatever else.
Exactly. Money for
she was at the Comedy Awards last year, wasn't she?
Well, I'll give her an award. She's up the stairs like a greyhound. She can move then. Yeah.
But so I've got no ideas, absolutely no ideas.
Okay.
But any suggestions are welcome, Claire. What are you going to get your family? You've already thought this through.
No, I obviously can't tell you because they will be listening.
Right.
But they're all outside at the moment because my family are coming to meet me after the show and we're going to swap presents then because...
Okay.
outside.
Are there any
in
Office
Leicester
DVDs?
Square. No, I haven't.
Books?
No.
Because I should point out that the Office DVD is currently available. Good,
I actually did go and buy. I actually went and bought it myself.
can also buy it
And I am
online.
enjoying the scripts, by the way.
Excellent. That's in. I love
Do you
the
know
fact
what
that
I
we're
love?
authors in the top 10.
Yeah, we're in the top 10 bestseller list.
No. But to be fair, we're at number 7 in the paperback non-fiction. Now I don't understand how that can be non-fiction.
Yeah.
Because it's the transcript from a made-up television
It's not a real
show.
documentary.
Exactly, yeah. But we're beating these poor people.
But we're officially best-selling authors.
I think that's fantastic.
Which is excellent. Which is very good.
My favourite bits are the emails at the start. They are like
Well, I mean,
them.
a lot of people don't know what you're talking about, Claire, but of course if they pop down to Waterstones or Books of Petrol, they can sort themselves out there with a copy of them.
Oh dear.
Nice. I like your style. Can we have some more music now?
Let's have, what plays? The Streets, maybe? I mean,
Streets,
Streets is
yeah.
obviously one of the
Brilliant.
albums of the year, and this
Best
is one
album of the year.
And what's the tune called there?
It's called React. Yeah, it's got
React,
from his debut. No, not his fourth solo album.
Not bad, not bad, not bad.
I'm enjoying the tunes.
No, absolutely.
I'm enjoying
We've
the
been
chat. I'm enjoying the tunes.
Always been keeping it real.
I'm enjoying the penultimate show before Christmas.
Last message from Anders, I suspect,
Anders.
for the day. He says, I've just roasted my chestnuts over an open fire. It's a lot more enjoyable than listening to your show.
He's
pretty snappy, he's Anders.
Yeah,
You know, he keeps them coming, you know. It's a shame that, you know, that we sort of couldn't sort of maybe meet up with him and try and persuade him that, you know, he should come over to our side rather than, you know...
Come over to the side.
Exactly. So be on
Yeah,
our
come
side.
over to this side.
I think we've got him though, because I
Do you
mean,
think so?
yeah. Apparently they did this survey in America. People who loved Howard Stern listened to an average of like an hour and a half a week, and people who hated him listened 2.5 hours a week.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think he's probably more faithful a listener
Yes.
than some of the people that quite like us.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got to listen. I'm the same with some people. I've got to listen to things that I just think are awful. I can't. You know, it's compulsive viewing. So, you know, I don't care if people listen to us because they hate us or like us.
No, indeed, as long as they're listening.
I was on the
As long as
tube
they're spending money on the
the other
advertisers.
day. Yeah, I was on the tube the other day, and obviously there's lots of pictures of you guys, and there's a young couple, and the guy was trying to explain to the girl what you did, and he said, no, you should check them out. They do quite well, actually.
Really?
Nice. That's very sweet.
They do
Why
quite
was he
well.
explaining to her? She didn't know what was happening, or
I don't know. I sort of, as I walked by them.
are you leaving out the fact that she went, oh, I hate that bloke?
No, not at all. No, because I would say that because that would be quite.
He had some Germans laughing at him on the tube because he recognised him. You don't think of that.
Well, because obviously Ricky doesn't travel on the tube anymore. He's too rich for that.
I never did. I always thought it was beneath me.
Sure, but
I used to walk everywhere, didn't you?
But I'm still forced to take the tube, and I sat on the tube, and it pulled up, and outside the window, just happened to be on the station, was one of the posters with us. So I was kind of there, not realising it was behind me, and these big kind of fat German or maybe Bavarian guys.
Well, they're in lederhosen eating sausages.
Yes, they were.
They're Bavarian.
Yeah, they were. And I noticed one of them kind of looked at me, and then looked at the poster, then looked at me, just happened to say it, and whispered something to his friend in German. You know, I don't want to try and do an impression.
No.
That's
freaking goggle-eye.
Oh, wow.
I think that... No. But I know what you're thinking it means. It doesn't mean that.
Right, okay.
It means...
What's the rough translation?
Elegant boy.
Right, okay, yeah. And so anyway,
That's freaking goggle-eye.
He pointed out the poster, and his
That's
mate...
lanky piss and streak.
and his mate burst into laughter. And then we pulled
Well, they've got a great sense of humour, the Germans.
Well,
That's the
indeed.
thing.
But we rumbled onto the next. We rumbled onto the next station, and the poster was in exactly the same place. And this time they tapped the shoulder of someone else on the train and pointed me out, and that person also laughed.
An Italian? An Italian.
What it was.
There was a French. Was there a bloke with a beret and a little moustache on the other side?
Yeah.
Was the United? Did you get on the United Nations Express? Just to. Oh, imagine that.
Yeah, it was fake
See
news.
the freak. Look at his freaky goggle eye.
Right, whereas I love the fact that before you were at least pretending to be speaking German. Now this is an Italian with an accent. It's just the guy speaking perfectly good English.
Same.
You've not even disguised the insult there.
Oh dear. Oh, that'd be lovely.
Try and insult me in other cod languages.
You could bring Europe together if they just, like, instead of Esperanto, that there was just one common language. The language
I'll
is
tell you what would bring the Europe together is you maybe representing England on the Eurovision Song Contest.
That would be great.
With a self-penned tune.
Should I do that?
That would be magnificent. It's got to be worth thinking about.
Just about everyone being the same.
Yeah,
like
just about
the
people
euro
being
and
equal.
Everyone, not everyone.
and also mentioning the euro. Yeah.
Yeah, just doing that. I like all different. I like all different cheeses.
Oh, je t'aime la musique pop.
Yeah.
La baby belle. Et le cheddar. I mean, I'm not fluent French.
Le grand fromage.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be lovely, wouldn't it? And they'll all be there, all in their different.
Well, every line
uniforms.
could be maybe in a different language.
Yeah, and what would I wear? I'd wear sort of like a kilt.
You'd wear a kilt, but you'd also have on your head one of those kind of big, what are they called? Those big furry hats that beef eaters or whatever wear. Or
yeah, one of them.
Is it kind of a busby or something? A busby.
Yeah.
Wear one of those, or maybe a policeman's helmet, a Bobby's helmet with the kilt.
Yeah,
you'd have the clogs.
I'd wear the policeman's helmet under the kilt, so they just thought I was really enjoying the show.
Yeah. Good idea.
Hey,
excellent. I think we talked for about 3 minutes without having to mention some kind of genitalia.
We should celebrate by playing one of my tunes of the year. You two, I think that's my favourite of the year. If I had to pick one, that's great. And I do still feel slightly guilty about dissing them throughout the 90s. But, you know.
Don't feel guilty if you didn't like it.
I like the 80s stuff, I didn't like the 90s stuff. I'm loving what they're doing in the 90s.
I think you're a bigger man than them, frankly, for being able to admit your past mistakes. I think you're better than Bono, despite all his charity work. You're more of a noble figure.
Yeah, stop bothering the Pope, he's busy.
Exactly.
Well,
Rick, my mother always used to say to me that you should write and thank your aunties and so on for their gifts. Yeah. And I feel like we should take a moment out just to thank all the people that have emailed or written into us during the year, because we don't, basically, we're very lazy men and we never reply.
Well, I never look.
You never look at emails.
You read them and I go, anything for me, and you go.
I reply very occasionally if I think it's worth it.
You're like my secretary when it comes to, you protect me from, like, people who...
The insults and so on.
Yeah. Are there any insults, are there?
Oh, there's plenty, yeah.
Do you have to protect him, really?
Oh, God, yeah, there's lots of things I don't tell him, lots of things I keep from him.
It's not very nice at all.
Well, he's not as popular as he thinks he is.
Oh.
He thinks that when he's, like, dancing around and making funny faces and squawking and making noises and stuff when we're filming, he thinks that everyone thinks that's enjoyable.
Yeah. What, people think I'm quite an annoying little prat, do they?
That's not the word they use, but you're near enough there. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, they didn't say prat, but you're on the right lines. Okay. For instance, we got an email here from Graham. He says, please stop the chat and let's hear some more great ads, as I'm still not sure what mobile phone I should get the wife for Christmas.
Well, maybe this will help you out.
Just having fun with the webcam.
Sorry. We're just playing with the webcam.
The webcam's an absolute treat.
That is a lovely picture.
There's a little picture there of Steve on
That's
it.
lovely.
Right,
that keep the ladies happy.
That was Feeder.
If I know them.
Great. That's one of my favourite tracks of the year as well.
Feeder, you've enjoyed that?
Which is what we're doing. God, it's gone quickly. It's only quarter of an hour to go.
Yes, indeed, yes. Carl will be back next week for our kind of Christmas bonanza. I say that, we've got nothing planned. There's no reason why it should be a bonanza.
That'd be nice, yeah.
So we'll play some Christmas tunes, and no doubt Carl will have some kind of festive game for us, maybe, or a festive, some
we're
festive
introducing
trivia.
a couple of new games. I mean, he's struggling with Rockbusters, which we missed this week. Educating Ricky, he thinks there's nothing out there. All he could find was a parrot and a dog in a car wash.
Yeah, you can't find any more interesting
Still
stuff.
a little bit upset that we told him about intelligent crabs and babies forcing their way out.
Yeah, we stitched him up last week by telling him some what we claimed were facts.
Oh, because I was out shopping, so I missed it.
Right, yeah, well, you know,
he sort of believes anything that's weird and wonderful. And we just made up this story. So I said two bodybuilders got married, and she had a baby, but after 6 months or 7 months, she was in bed asleep, and she woke up in terrible agony where the baby, where it had born, the bodybuilder, had forced its way out of the vagina and was pulling her along by the umbilical cord. Yeah. And intelligent crabs and stuff like this, and he was genuinely disappointed.
Yeah, that they weren't true.
But he got a new idea. What I'm gonna do is tell him 3 things. Yeah. One of which is made up and ludicrous, and 2 incredible facts. And it's called, That's Ridiculous.
Brilliant.
So he has to go, number 3 is Ridiculous. It's a winner.
Yeah.
Carl always comes up with the title first. You don't have to work the game show out from the title.
Have you started work on That's Ridiculous yet?
No, I've thought of a couple of things.
It is great. It's so much fun to say, isn't it? Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You're correct. Basically, it's like Call My Bluff, isn't it, really?
It's not unlike Call My Bluff. It's not unlike Bluff.
It's not unlike Bluff. So, we've had Oasis, Streets, we've had U2, we've had some cracking tunes. Can we get away with playing Nelly?
Hot in Here? I think it's a cracking tune, I really do. I just think, again, you know, I'm not interested in what genre you think it fits into, or whether you think it's cool, or because kids like it, you're not supposed to like it. It's a good tune, and I think we should try and stick it in. But before that, Rick, could I just play one track? We did play it much earlier in the year. It's from that album, Son of Evil Reindeer, by a band called The Reindeer Section, and this is a cracking little tune. I just think it's beautiful.
No,
okay. That's called Grand Parade from the album Son of Evil Reindeer by The Reindeer Section. It's a nice tune. It's one of my favourites of the year.
By the way,
not at all. No, that's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Claire, just big highlights of the year for you as a final roundup. Sort of things have you enjoyed this year? I mean, musically maybe, or maybe stuff you've, you know.
I've enjoyed that band, The Music.
Okay.
And The Rapture.
Sure.
And the Electric Sticks. Remember last time I sat in for Karl, we played Danger High Voltage.
Yeah.
Like one of the first times.
That was the first time I'd heard it. You played that.
And now we're playing it every hour.
Yeah, because you're sort of a pioneer, aren't you, musically on XFM? You're one of the people who keeps it pretty raw.
the early days of Idlewild. Ricky, do you remember the early days of Idlewild?
I'll take that back as well. Teasing you about them playing the Pinder and Wakefield stuff. That latest single I love, and the video's great as well.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Idlewild now.
You'd
no, great, brilliant. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a good year. I haven't been out to many gigs, obviously, because I do the evening show. But you know, all the sessions which I'm doing the best of next week. Quick plug for the show next week. Best of the sessions. So it's been good year.
Low points. What do?
Low points.
Do you know what mine are?
What?
Poverty and war and everything.
Oh, I always hate it. I always hate it.
No, you didn't say that.
Yeah.
No, you were going to say.
I was going to say.
No, you were going to say the streets or something, and and you didn't care about all the people dying. So don't try and do it now.
Specifically,
you're nasty. You like that? You like poverty? Oh, you like poverty and salvation? Play a record.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
What?
Near Christmas time.
What a horrible.
Oh, we
XFM 104.9. We don't care. Springsteen and Nelly. You don't get that on XFM, do you?
No.
Usually.
No, indeed.
We don't live by the rules, Stu.
Absolutely. As I was listening to you then talk,
you got bored?
No. It reminded me of an email that someone sent in saying that they listen online, but because of however slow their computer is or whatever, it kind of stutters all the way through.
You want to point out that is the way I talk.
No, but they said it only happens when you talk. And I think they correctly identified that it's not the computer at fault.
Well, that's why I wasn't worried about doing this boxing match, because I've definitely lost my looks, and I already slur.
Yes.
So there was really no danger of any damage.
No, exactly, yeah, you do sound punch-drunk constantly.
Exactly,
That's just part of your charm.
Well, listen, that's been a lovely 2 hours for me. I've enjoyed it. The listeners have enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope Sturgis has enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it,
well, I didn't really care if you don't butt in when I'm talking to Steve. You're
here to press the buttons, Steve.
But we're going to play now a Christmas song for the lovely Christmas ladies.
I don't say it's so much Christmassy, but it's one of the tunes I heard this year that really stuck out for me.
Thing, so.
Well, you're a fool. You've embarrassed yourself. You just showed up that there's no planning. This is I was giving away on a free CD on the cover of a magazine. I just think it's brilliant. It's a Lamb Chop, who are an excellent band always, doing a cover of an obscure Rolling Stones tune.
And I'll say what a bloody good meal as well.
That's true enough. So we'll leave them with this. It's Backstreet Girl, Lamb Chop, and see you next week for our final festive show. Yeah, thanks very much.
Dissing all his mum and everyone.
Yeah, there's a little bit of cussing in there, which they bleeped out, thankfully.
Carl's in a bad mood already. He's been in about 3 minutes and he's in a bad mood, getting stressed. If you can't hack it, leave. What's the matter with you?
No, I'm just saying. I was meant to enjoy last Saturday off and I didn't.
Why not? Why is that our fault? Because you weren't here?
Just because, I don't know, but...
Are you not in the Christmas spirit?
Why didn't you enjoy last Saturday? What did you do?
I went all the way back up north again, right, because it was Suzanne's dad's birthday. Right, I was busy last week, didn't have time to get him a present or anything.
Didn't have time to get him.
So I got to Euston Station, bought a card for him, which was a Christmas card, so he wasn't happy because he was saying it's my birthday, and I said, well, I won't be seeing you again. So I've got a joint card, and then we went out.
Did you get him a present?
Well, no, because we went out on Saturday night for something to eat at this pub that he likes. It was nice steak and onion rings, right?
Lovely.
So he should have been happy anyway.
Yeah.
But...
Well, you paid for it?
No.
But you should have been happy anyway.
Suzanne paid for that because it is her dad, right, not mine. So I said, all right, what can I do? I said to her. So she said, just buy a few drinks or something. Anyway, I didn't get around to getting the drinks.
I can't believe it.
You didn't get around to getting the drinks.
Right, so I said, right, I'll pay for the cab. Right.
Oh, what a lovely Christmas gift that is.
Yeah, £2.50.
I paid, it was like £3 there, £3 back.
So £6 you spent on him?
Well, no, I spent more. See, that's what he said. He said,
get the Bolton and back, can't you, for that?
He said, oh, you've spent on me £6 for my birthday. I said, no, I haven't, because I gave the taxi driver a tip.
I'm a little bit worried about his attitude as well. Because even if, I mean, that is a stingy present, but you don't say...
Well, I mean, let's be honest, that's the worst Christmas gift ever, because, I mean, you're pretty bad, like we discussed in the past, but at least you spend a bit of money.
Yeah.
It's just thoughtless.
Yeah.
This is nothing.
I know.
You're not giving him any time. I mean, I would...
And I knew my demographic. They loved it, my family. They couldn't believe their luck. You know.
Well, a tenner.
You spent a tenner on him?
Well, the cab fare was £6.
But the thing is, it's not I don't think he's saying that. I think it's the fact that this is like, you know, frittering away in everyday life.
Kind of thoughtless,
he would have loved to, I'm sure he would have been appreciative of a lovely £10 gift that you cared about and bought. A book he probably likes fly fishing, doesn't he, by J.R. Hartley. If you'd have bought that, he'd have gone, that's what I was looking for. Or what I was looking for, Carl. Bloody hell, Carl, you little bald twat. That's just what I wanted. So, alright, so just calm down.
So what have you got planned for Christmas? Is this what, I mean, are you doing the same French with
Carl,
Suzanne?
excellent. You paid me milk bill for this week. That were reet nice.
I'm spent this year.
So have you planned anything for Suzanne, or are you just...
Yeah, I'm taking her out Christmas Day for something to eat.
Well, does she know that? Was that?
She's working today, so she, you know, so...
Right, okay.
So what Christmas gift have you got?
I said I'm taking her out.
What, you haven't got a present?
No, because we spent a lot.
Don't forget, that's half yours, though. You're not gonna just be sitting there watching her eat, going, oh, I'm hungry, but I spent all of it. You're gonna be eating as well. That's half yours.
So she's got nothing to unwrap.
He's like a cat who's been hit.
She's got nothing to unwrap. There's nothing. She's going to hand something over to you, because I've met the woman. She will. She'll hand something over, you'll open it, you'll love it.
I might get something today.
You shouldn't take me to begrudgingly persuade you to do it.
God.
Yeah.
Right,
so...
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try and stick in some Christmas songs. We're not playing all Christmas songs, but I brought in a couple. So this is Christmas, John Lennon, The River, Joni Mitchell, Fairy Tale in New York, one of the best Christmas songs ever. Oh, well, what about a bit of Pretenders? That's a good one, 2,000 Miles.
Let's hear it.
Pretenders, 2,000 Miles on XFM 104.9. This sort of Christmas edition. We're not here next week, are we?
No.
Carl is, aren't you?
Well, you are in a way.
I was doing the best of, innit?
Yeah.
Is it a best of?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Have you been putting it together?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll do it today. Tell me what bits you want in it, and I'll sort it out.
It's not for me to say, is it? Yeah, it is the best stuff.
Well, maybe people could email in with their highlights of the year for them. I'm trying to think what they were. I mean, mostly...
It'd be mostly Carl, wouldn't it?
Mostly Carl, gibberish from Carl.
Oh, I think it'd be an awful lot of educating Ricky from Carl.
Well, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you've got any thoughts and stuff you'd like to hear. Again,
is there anything you'd like to hear of Carl saying something stupid, me and Steve laughing or slapping him?
Yeah.
That's basically the competition, isn't it?
Well, there's a couple of instances where I tried to kiss him, I think, and you encouraged me.
Yeah.
Those are some highlights for me.
I wish I'd have videoed that.
Yeah, so do I.
You mentioned educating Ricky. We've only got, do you know, we normally have like 3 instalments.
Yeah.
We've only got 2 today.
Why?
Just,
well, you clearly weren't busy Christmas shopping, so what's the
Yeah.
Well, like I say every week, it's a bit of a struggle finding stuff that I can teach you. But at the same time, what we have got, we've started the feature, I teased MTV with it, right? So I thought I'd best start doing it before they get someone like Zane Lowe presenting it or something.
Yeah.
So, do we need them?
Do we need them? And you should explain do we need them for those that don't like the show.
Well, it's sort of education about animals and stuff, and if we need them. So, like, David Attenborough once said, you can get rid of people off the earth and it would carry on, there's no problems, but, you know, get rid of a monkey and you could have problems on your hands. So
is that a direct quote from Attenborough's current autobiography?
I think so, yeah.
So what I've done today, right?
He always starts everything with, right, so then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So...
and he always ends things, you got yourself all sorts of problems.
Yeah. So that's done. That's coming up. Enjoy that.
I've spoke to a woman about, jellyfish.
Oh yeah, because I know you're not a fan.
Not a fan of them, so we'll be speaking to
women or jellyfish?
This is a woman.
Yeah.
So we'll be sorting that out before 3 o'clock. We'll be finding out if we need them.
Throwing that one to bed.
He's great, and he's great.
And then we've got a Christmas edition of Rockbusters, which I found out yesterday.
Go on.
Channel 4 have ripped it off.
Go on.
It's on their teletext thing.
That's outrageous.
Yeah, on their teletext page, someone said.
What are they doing then?
Like Rockbusters, they're copying the format.
You sure they're not copying Blockbusters?
No, it's someone said it's a cryptic clue of a band and that, and initials, and you work it out.
That is despicable. I mean, we should investigate this.
So they've fundamentally ripped off the idea of being allowed to do a cryptic clue to get a band.
Yeah, but the sort of clever cryptic clues.
They certainly ripped you off then, haven't they?
Just saying.
Hey, I should just point out, because it's Christmas time, we've had an email from Dickie Anderson.
Oh, Dickers!
Yeah, RA is, well, he's I suppose he's a long-time listener.
Yeah.
And he emails us most weeks. Ricky, if, as I suspect, I'm your only listener, I wouldn't bother with your show today, as I've got to attend some family Christmas nonsense at Auntie Marion's house. That's from Dickie Anderson, and he's good, because considering he hates the show and everything we stand for, he does take the time to email every week.
That counts to advertisers.
Yeah.
I think we've got a lot like him. As we've also had a lovely Christmas card here from Alexandra, right, who's she loves the show, she loves you, Carl, and she's enclosed some biscuits for you to save you a bit of money, because she knows you goes out and get your own biscuits, and we've got a lovely little packet of Fox's
Well, why don't you wrap them up and you can give them to your girlfriend? I can't imagine Christmas is your time of year, is it, Carl? Well, I'm not sure any time of the year is, really.
I liked it when I was about, I think when I was about 7 I enjoyed it.
Was that the one? Was that the year, the big year for you?
You get loads of stuff, you don't have to worry about anyone else, but once you've, like, got a job.
What did you get when were you doing your paper round? How old were you then?
I was about 13, 14.
Well, that was then you were a man, weren't you?
I had to buy stuff.
Oh.
But you're still not
You're
having
quite
a good
selfish,
time.
man, aren't you? I didn't realise this.
No, it's just that
And
Christmas.
that's coming from him, Carl.
My dad always said...
Oh, alright, steady on.
Dad said Christmas morning was for, like, you know, for me, so he used to stay in bed. So he never...
That's brilliant. That's a great thing to say, isn't it? Yeah. Christmas morning's for you. Run wild. Do what you want. Just don't bother me.
I'm going to Honolulu for 2 weeks.
That's great. Dad, it's Christmas. Do I have to do anything? No.
So my mum used to get up, because she used to like to see me face light up, you know, when I open my presents. And then,
to keep the fireworks.
And then I had to go to my bedroom from about 6 o'clock onwards, because, like, my mum and dad were into having big Christmas parties, and I wasn't, like, old enough to go.
Right.
So they'd say, right, you know, you've had your fun there, you go up to your bedroom, stay in there.
Really?
Yeah, I remember one year, right, I got a train set, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Right? It's brilliant. Playing with it all day. I thought, I don't mind about the party, I'm happy staying up here, playing with this. Brother comes in, he's had a few, right, he's going, yeah, give us a go on your train.
How old is he?
He's a bit older than me, so he might have been like, let's see.
Well, let him be 18.
Yeah, probably about 18, 19,
And how old were you?
like that. I had a train set, so, I don't know, about
14.
something like that. Yeah. Right, so I'm playing on that, loving it and stuff, and then he comes in and goes, oh, give us a go. He turns the transformer up to, like, 14. He went really fast for about 5 seconds, broke it, and then he went back downstairs.
Wow.
So Christmas, I hadn't even got to
Sounds
Christmas
like
Day.
the Conservative government with British Rail.
Satire, though.
Satire, Rick, I just thought that there's satire. If there's any satirical shows listening or
it doesn't work in any way, because there's the analogy falls down apart from there being a train.
Think it through, though. British Rail was trains.
Yeah.
And the government broke the trains in many, well, they didn't break them, like, not officially breaking them, but they kind of...
it does work, it's perfect.
Oh, I'm pretty pleased with that.
And I can't, and no one's asked him to be on Have I Got News For You.
It's weird, isn't it?
Because
it's strange, that. When you've got a satirical mind that's as quick as that.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
it's broke your little train set, and so what did you do?
I just, like, watched telly and had some sausages.
I bet you were happy with that, though, weren't you?
It's a bit annoying, though, isn't it, when your main present of the year's been broke.
And did it ever get it fixed?
No, that was it. Put away.
I'm intrigued why your parents wouldn't let you come and join in the festive fun. Was it like really debauched down there? Was it like eggnog everywhere? And
Well, no, but I mean, that's fair enough. 6 is a little bit early, but I just think, you know, if you're your kid, you know, he had his fun, put him to bed at 8, maybe. And he
you think
won't.
so on Christmas Day? I thought that was a day for family.
Well, not if there's a party going on.
And
Well, don't have the party on to Christmas Day.
Well, that's another option.
Yeah. Your parents are weird, aren't they? A strange breed.
Well, I think that was the year, right? You're talking about buying presents and stuff. I think I did treat my mum to that. I didn't buy my dad anything. I think that was, like, when I got a bit older, I used to get my dad something, because he wasn't that bothered anyway. No. So, got me mum, there was a cheap shop, right?
Of course.
Thank God for that.
Called Snips. Right? So I went in there and I thought, let's see what I can get her. And remember Victoria Plum?
I don't think so.
Well, it's like a fairy character.
Right.
And my mum's into gnomes and stuff, right? So I thought, right.
She must be pleased with you, then.
Victoria Plum. I was thinking, is that one of the neighbours? Is it like a brandy
Do you
liqueur?
remember Victoria Plum?
Victoria Plum.
Victoria Plum, yeah, it's like a little fictional sort of character, right?
Okay.
So I saw it, I thought, yeah, she'll love that, right? So I did my paper round, saved up for 2 weeks, right?
Aw.
Got that sorted, went to Snips, bought the Victoria Plum. Next day, I'm in town with her, right? So I think, I know what I'll do. I said, come in here a minute, right? So we go in, and we're looking around, and I tested her, right? I went, look at that there, that's alright, innit? And she goes, oh, it's bloody awful.
Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl. Oh, God.
So then, Christmas Day comes, I said, don't bother opening it. She said, no, why? I said,
Oh,
"Don't
no! Why did you still give it to her?
So, well, it's too late, I'd already bought it.
Oh, Carl.
So she opened it, and I was like, and she said, oh, that's nice. I said, why are you saying that? I said, the other day, said it's bloody awful. She said, oh, no, I thought you were pointing at something else.
Oh, no.
So that's why I don't get anyone anything anymore.
Oh, God. Play a record. By Carl's Victoria Plum scenario. Just the fact that, like, that eagerness, he wants to make sure it's a great present. He's saved up his paper round. He thinks it's like a gnome, but modern.
I'm worried that you're using it as an excuse now, and that's why you're not buying anyone any gifts, because you've had your fingers burned once. I mean, you were 6, 7 years old. To be fair.
No, you weren't. You were about 13, weren't you, if you're doing your paper round?
Yeah, well, I must have been, 11 or 12 then.
Alright.
Yeah, so I'd saved up. But no, I'm not using it as a thing, it's just
What did you get your mum this year?
I've sent them some money so they can get a passport.
So they can get a passport?
What do you mean, where are they?
Immigrants?
Are they trapped
No,
somewhere? Well, they're in a holding bay somewhere in Dover.
Yeah, I got a friend who's a truck driver, he's gonna sneak them across.
What do you mean?
So they can buy a passport. What do they do? Sell it when they're a bit down in their luck?
No, they haven't got that much money, right? They've never been abroad, and the mate said they might take them next year, and they said, oh, we haven't got a passport, so I
You've got
thought...
to buy a passport, have you? Isn't that your God-given right as an Englishman?
No, you've got to pay for them, they're 30 quid each, so you better had to, otherwise they're conning me.
Right.
They said
So you
it's
send them
30 quid.
60
You don't
quid?
get born with a passport, of course
You
you
send them
don't.
60 quid in an envelope, have you?
Well, check.
Right.
I love that. He'll be watching telly and France will come on and he'll go, oh, what do you think of that? She goes, it looks bloody awful. We go, oh, don't open it.
no.
Don't open it. Don't open it.
So you've not paid for a holiday for them,
No,
you've
I've just sorted out the... Well, it's the better prize, isn't it? Because they can't go anywhere without it.
Well, the passport keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Perfect.
10 years. That is, yeah.
So, but no, I never used to, I mean, I can't think of other things. I used to get me dad once I started getting him stuff, it sort of used to be a dressing gown, and then, but as an extra surprise, I used to put like a cigar in the pocket, so he'd think that was it.
Yeah.
Then he'd put it on and put his hand in the pocket.
Right, and then he'd just hit you because he thought you'd nicked it.
Oh dear.
So you bought him a jacket with a cigar? That's quite thoughtful.
Did you sneak a cigar once one Christmas?
Yeah, well, that's when they used to have like the big do's, like I say, you know, they were known for it, like the whole estate used to know that, you know, we were having a party.
Yeah.
So,
So they'd all come round.
So they'd all come round and have food and drink and that.
I cannot imagine how unpleasant that must have been.
Awful.
And you locked in your bedroom with a broken train set.
Yeah, quite.
And looking at Victoria Plum, whatever that was.
In the bin.
Oh, in the bin, yeah. And hear a mum saying, and he got me this. Isn't this
piece
shit?
of rubbish.
You could hear him just throwing it against the wall and laughing.
And all the neighbours laughing.
And you'd come down, just be in pieces with loads of spit on it. Just loads of gob on it. And all the Polaroids of them just like laughing at it and
pointing.
Stamping on it.
Alright.
Let's put all the flooding back.
But no, I used to get up in the morning and then like, they'd still sort of all be there asleep on the floor and on the sofa.
Oh,
that's awful.
Oh.
That's terrible. Christmas is surely the one day a year which is a family thing. It's for the kids. They're the ones
No, but that was Boxing Day.
Well, I know.
Oh, that's all right. It's over.
Yeah.
Back on the bike. All right. Who's going to pay for this? What, me? Yes, Carl. You're doing 2 rounds today.
Yeah, what's your paper round supporting the entire family?
Yeah.
No, so I used to get up and like go downstairs and they'd be asleep, so I'd be mooching about trying to find like another present that's still working. So
I love the idea that these people from the estate had, like, squashed his presents.
So I found a cigar that had been sort of lit up and then put out, so I thought, I'll have a go at that. I went outside and had a go, and that's the last time I smoked.
Right.
So I tried it, I thought, I don't like that.
I love that he does everything once.
Yeah.
In his life, it's a line of, I've done everything once, I don't need to do it again. Oh, dear.
You know, I said in the past to you, Rick, that my grandparents, so I love them dearly, but it's like, for the last 30 years, they've been waiting to die.
I know,
It's like they just sort of, it's like, you know, the novelty wore off of, like...
life in the 50s.
They got kind of bored of it. Life, in the 40s, it was brilliant. All sat around the old Joannas, the Bonds singing, they loved that. The 50s, you know, that was great as well, because that was the post-war years. It was, you know, it was a bit tight in the pocket, but it was alright, everyone pulled together. And then the 60s came along, all the crazy music, the funny hair.
Let's stay in bed.
Exactly, and they basically stayed in bed. And, it was one Christmas when, my grandmother said to my dad, what do you like for Christmas? What do you fancy for Christmas? And, this must have been, I don't know, 20 years ago. She said, what do you fancy for Christmas, Ron? And he went, well, you know, I could do with a nice big kind of warm winter overcoat. She said, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, because your father will be dead soon. It's right, you can have his. Meaning my granddad. Well, to be honest with you, my father's still waiting. Which is good news. Good news for my grandfather. Less good news for my dad. He's freezing.
He's freezing. How is he today? He's fine. Okay. Oh, I'm freezing.
It's such a weird mindset, that. I think it's that, to me, is what sums up people from that older generation, the 40s and 50s. And it seems to me that you've got that kind of mindset. It's like you were born in the 30s. And whenever you talk of your childhood, it's like you had, like, a baked potato to take to school. And a stick as a Christmas
The other thing is, I think that that sort of generation, it seems that the man is dependent on the woman. There's a total dependence.
Oh, absolutely,
If she dies, he's done.
Yes.
He's done for. Just pine away. If he dies, she's got 30 years of pottering.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And going to, like, you know, the youth club and the church.
I mean,
It's sort of like that. It's sad. Of course, it's sad for them, but it's sort of not the end of their life.
No, sure.
And it sort of is the other way around. I don't know why that is. Yeah. It's terrible.
That's a little melancholy thought for.
I know. I've really you brought it down. You've brought it down. I've brought it. This isn't a nice show at all. This is terrible.
Well,
we're gonna have people just killing themselves. What?
Well, I didn't really want to make it a Christmassy type show, because I don't really like it.
Oh, he's done it again. What, you did Christmas once, didn't like it?
No, it's just...
Play a record.
I'm not religious or anything.
Their guitar sounds are just brilliant. They're just always so nice. Alright, Carl, would you like that? Would you like Teenage Fan Club?
Yeah, they're good.
Carl, I feel like you've never kind of enjoyed the wonder of Christmas. I can't ever get the sense, maybe except when you were very, very young, you know, that kind of bright-eyed, you know, thinking of Santa, you know, kind of, landing on the roof and coming down the chimney and drinking the sherry or whatever.
So I like the idea of it, right?
Sure.
The sort of, you know, I used to get a couple of annuals every year, you know.
So did I, yeah.
And I was allowed to open one on Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So
they could throw it on the fire.
I think
it is sort of like
quick skim through, do the work, so
yeah. I think that's a light of a cigar off the cooker. Oh.
Well, anyway, listen, a good friend of ours, Ross Noble, the comedian, brilliant, he gave me this picture, Carl, which he's got from a magazine.
He loves you.
And I have to say, I think this... I just looked at it then. Obviously, it's not going to mean much to the listener.
Oh, this is
but it is currently available. I think it's in the current edition of Bizarre magazine, so you might want to buy that.
It's not horrible, though, is it?
There's a certain grotesqueness about it.
Oh, it's a deformed person, isn't it?
Well, to a degree, but I think what it's going to do for Carl is give him, I think for you and I, Rick, we're going to see his face.
Light up.
Lighten up, like opening a wonderful Christmas gift.
Oh, you know what? I think I've seen this. Is this the one with the kid with the big head?
I'll be honest with you, Carl, it is. Have you seen it already?
Yeah.
Let me just show it to you again so you can...
I haven't seen it.
It's like... yeah.
We shouldn't be laughing at that.
No, but that is like the kid who I went to school with. That is the same.
That can't be the same.
So do you recognise him?
Seriously, that is the same thing he had.
I mean, I have to say, it does look like it's been computer generated. It's so odd.
Yeah.
But look at the child's face.
I know.
Look at his reaction. Don't take another photo of me.
I'm not sure this is right.
It's not right. But I was hoping that would give you, Carl, just a little glimpse of,
We've had a request as well on the best bits. So someone wants to hear you talking about your mates with the big heads.
I can't believe it, because every time we go there, we get some sort of complaint about something.
About what?
Just leave it. Well, that, for some reason, that always goes from the story with my dad going to Blackpool for taking those kids there.
And what kids?
And, leave it.
No, what? I don't know. There's people that know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you when we put a song on.
No, well, I know what it is, but you can't just say that. Is it when your dad put a kid in the wheelie bin? Because he was getting out of hand?
Yeah. So
we can't go through it again. It's too controversial.
We're gonna, what's the name? No, well, the thing is, right, you were just saying about what are you, about Christmas. That's the funny thing, right, because in our house there's no one who's religious, right?
No.
My dad got annoyed when I went to church that day. He was like, what are you doing that for?
Of course.
I went to see a gig in Liverpool. Remember the band The Christians?
Yeah.
He thought I'd join some club.
Yeah.
I said, I've been to see The Christians. He was saying to me, man, what's he doing going out with them?
Yeah.
And then, the other thing is, because I'm not christened or anything, my mum used to say to me, don't tell anyone that, because there's witches and stuff.
I want to go back and see his upbringing. I just want to go back and see him at 7. One day in the life of Karl, age 7.
Just have 3 ghosts visiting tonight. And take him back to his time. But we could go with him.
We can be some of the ghosts.
Yeah,
I
the
just
ghosts
like
of Christmas past.
Oh,
remember this?
That's incredible. Because don't tell it what.
Just say
so she wasn't Christian, but she thought maybe someone could take your soul because you weren't Christian.
It's like, there's cults and that, isn't there? And if they find out you're not christened, then...
Right. I don't think they care. I don't think a lot of cults care.
Well,
but what can they do if you're not Christian?
I don't know. I just said all right, because then through that time there must have been a time when.
But hold on, now they know.
Yeah, but I'm older now, so I'm all right. She used to worry about me playing out on the street.
Oh, she was worried about when you were naive and stupid and easily led.
Well,
yeah. No. Good point. No, you're right now. Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Rockbusters.
Rockbusters. We'll tell the prizes, Steve.
Yeah,
tell
we have
Christmas gift. This is Christmas gifts.
I don't know if you'll receive them in time to actually pass them off as gifts.
I wonder if I can tell that Ross Noble story that he told us.
I don't know. We'll have to discuss that when the record's playing.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so you heard a track from it just then. This is the XFM Christmas album. I think that's been knocking around here in the office for years, hasn't it, Karl? Or is it new this year?
It was brought out about 2 years ago, but Christmas songs are
Christmas songs. Yeah, it's not bad. There's Scott bands on there, like Dandy Warhols, the Webb Brothers are on there, Drugstore, Bell and Sebastian, Flaming Lips, all sorts. So we've got that to give away. We've also got this Smashing Pumpkins compilation, which we've seen, again, that seems to be knocking around for weeks. Another one of those 50 years of the greatest hit singles. I don't know, Culture Club's on there, Queen, obviously,
I've just seen the cult film.
Yeah, the cult film will come back to you shortly. This, I think, is one of the most exciting gifts. If you have a video player and you want to get trim, then surely Big Brother 3 champion Kate Lawler and her cardio combat video, in which I think she uses kind of, I don't know, military boxing training to get you trim and taut and looking as good as her, then you can get that as well. We've also got a exclusive 7-inch single from the White Stripes, a kind of Christmas single. Is that from them?
Yeah.
That must be quite rare. That's probably the only thing worth.
That is rare. That is worth something.
And the current Badly Drawn Boy album, Have You Fed the Fish, which I think is slightly mediocre.
They've gone up, actually. I think that the level of prices there has gone up.
Not a bad selection, but here is the big movie, and actually I have to say this is not a bad one.
It's not. Again, it's not terrible at all.
It could be worse. It's James Caan in the original Rollerball, not the disastrous remake that came out recently, but the DVD version of Rollerball. So that's there as well. So something fairly interesting.
That's worth winning. Right, come on then. Let's do Rockbuster.
Well, will we play a song to give people time to get a pen and paper and that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing it next.
Yeah. Karl Pilkington, the man of the moment, with his Rockbusters coming your way with all those great prizes.
Yeah. Right, we're doing it now. I noticed Heat magazine sort of put a bit of a spanner in the works.
Why?
Because they were saying, oh, maybe it'll be a Christmas edition of Rockbusters. And I'd already sorted them out.
I wouldn't worry, Karl.
Well, what I've done, I've cleverly tweaked them to make them Christmassy. Cool. So the Christmas bit in it has got nothing to do with it whatsoever, but I just thought...
So you mean the clues have a Christmas element?
Well, yeah.
But it's nothing to do with the answer.
It's nothing to do with the answer. Right.
So why don't you just ask the normal ones and I'll ring a bell, I'll shake some bells.
Well,
I'll go
it's the equivalent of that, but in sort of speech. Right. Brilliant. So the first one, there's a load of letters there asking for advice. Put them on Claire's desk. Oh, and have a good Christmas.
Oh!
Give it to us again.
Oh, God!
Right, so there's a load of letters asking for advice. Put them on Claire's desk. Oh, and have a good Christmas.
Right, but bear in mind, people, that the Christmas element may not be relevant to
No,
these
that's got
clips.
nothing to do with it. I don't want to,
Okay.
you know. And the initial letter is F, right? That's F.
Alright.
Right, the second one. Ask your mum if you should. After you've wrapped the presents. Right, so
Ask your mum if you should.
ask your mum if you should after you've wrapped the presents. That's S.
Yes.
S. Alright. Okay. And the last one, a couple of people were arguing in the supermarket at the fruit and veg counter. But it's busy in there because it's Christmas. That's probably what brought it on. So that's B.
Oh.
B.
Oh, God!
So they're the three. Will I just recap?
Yes, please, yeah. I
so-
have no idea.
so
I
the
can't
first
even...
one.
I don't know what to start thinking. Well...
Right, there's a load of letters there asking for advice. Put them on Claire's desk.
Have a good Christmas.
Have a good Christmas. Second one, ask your mum if you should.
After you wrote the present.
S. And the last one, a couple of people were arguing in the supermarket at the fruit and veg counter.
But it's busy in there because it's Christmas.
Busy 'cause it's Christmas. That's a B. So they're the three things.
It's email only, this one, please remember that, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Brilliant. Carl looks happy with them. He looks really happy with them.
Rightly so, they're cracking.
They're good.
Yeah,
They're good.
Pleased with those.
So,
Alright, is there going to be more Rockbusters in the new year? We're not sure.
I'm still, thinking about new ideas that we can do.
Okay.
Are we starting Ricky Ridiculous today? Have you done
Couldn't be
anything?
bothered.
Couldn't bother.
Right, couldn't be hard.
Look
Right.
forward to Ricky Dickinson.
Well, he's worried about... He nearly said asked, and he just stopped. Because he's worried, because he's the producer.
Yeah, well, I've got to set a standard. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Carl, you have, mate. You have.
So that's that. We've still got to come.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we have a lovely tune, right? You make the tea. We're opening these biscuits from Alexandra.
Yeah.
We'll be enjoying that, right? Maybe segue so we can have a nice little, rest. I don't want to talk through it. It'd be rude. And then we're coming back, and as part of like Parkinson, and Do We Need 'Em? Do we need them?
Yeah.
Carl has interviewed an expert on jellyfish.
Brilliant. So we've got that. Plus, of course, we've got a two-part Educating Ricky.
You've got Educating Ricky still to
With a
come.
Christmas theme or not?
And we've still got
No.
things like the Pogues, John Lennon, Joni Mitchell, just David Bowie.
Are you suggesting there's going to be some great music and some
Great
fun
music and
chat?
some fun chat.
Lovely.
You're fucking wrong, because it works for me. You're fucking wrong, because it works for me. The fucking sink is attached to the unit, which is then attached to the entire units in the entire fucking kitchen! Attached to the entire units in the entire fucking kitchen!